This is William Michael of the Classical Liberal Arts Academy, and in this video, I'd like to walk students through the study of Lesson 5 in the Academy's Latin Vocabulary course. In this lesson, we're studying the 5th chapter of Comenius's Orbis Sensualium. You can see chapter 5, and the title or subject of this lesson is ignis, which means fire. Ignis. So let's walk through this lesson together and pay attention, as I mentioned before, to the words that are in italics. They are the key vocabulary items that we're focusing on in these lessons. So let's walk through this lesson together. Make sure to practice good pronunciation and learn the meaning of each of the words in italics. Anything we learn in addition to that is great. But our goal and focus in these lessons is the study of the words that are set in italics. The reading begins in English and says, "The fire gloweth." The fire gloweth. And we see the Latin word for fire is ignis, and the Latin for gloweth is ardet. The fire gloweth, burneth, and consumeth to ashes. Ignis, the fire, ardet, gloweth, urit, burneth, and consumeth to ashes, cremat. So when we say that a person is cremated, we mean that their body is burned to ashes or consumed to ashes. Moving on, we have a spark of it. A spark of it, the Latin for spark is scintilla. Scintilla, a spark. A spark of it, that is, of the fire, scintilla eius, of it, is struck, elisa, out of a flint, silice, or firestone, pierite. A spark of it, scintilla eius, is struck, elisa, out of a flint, silice, or firestone, pierite, by means, ope, of a steel, chalibus, by means, ope, of a steel or piece of steel, chalibus, and is taken et accepta by tinder, a fomite, tinder, in a tinderbox, in suscitabulo, lighteth a match, accendit, that means to catch on fire, to light, accendit, a match, sulphuratum, and after that, after the match is lighted, a candle, candelam. So here on this first part, or in this first part of this lesson, we have the vocabulary words ignis, which means fire, scintilla, which means a spark, silice, which means a flint, calibis, which means a steel, fomite is a tinder, suscitabulo, a tinderbox, sulphuratum, a match, and candelam, a candle. Now let's move to the next part of the lesson on this second page. A candle is lit with a match or a stick, vel or lignum. Lignum is simply the word for stick in Latin. And causeth et excitat, and excites a flame, flammam, a flame. So if something is said to be flammable, it means that it's able to catch on fire. Flammam, a flame. Causes a flame or a blaze. Incendium. Incendium, a blaze. So in Latin, the word ignis is not used to refer to a fire, like a campfire or a fire in a fireplace. Ignis is used to refer to fire itself. If we want to say that there is a fire, we would use the word incendium, a blaze. A blaze which catches hold, quod corripit, of the houses, edificia. Edificia is simply a general word that refers to buildings of any kind. A blaze which catches hold, quod corripit, of houses, edificia. Smoke, which in Latin is fumus, smoke, fumus, ascends therefrom, ascends from the blaze, ascendit inde, which, qui, sticking adherans to the chimney, camino, turneth into soot. Abit means goes, in fuliginem, into soot, in fuliginem, into soot. Of a firebrand, ex torre, a firebrand, and if you ask what is a firebrand, it tells us in the parenthesis next, it says, or burning stick, ligno ardente. Ligno ardente means burning stick. From a firebrand or burning stick, ex torre, ligno ardente, is made fit, a brand, titio, a brand. And if you ask what is a brand, it is a quenched stick, a hot burning stick that has had the actual flame put out. Lignum extinctum. Of a hot coal, ex pruna, pruna is the Latin for hot coal. And if you ask what is a hot coal, we have in parenthesis a red hot piece of a firebrand, a red hot piece of a firebrand. Candente particula toris, that means a burning particula, piece, toris, of a firebrand. From a hot coal, ex pruna is made a coal, carbo, or a dead cinder. Cinder is translated particula, and mortua means dead, and that's in italics, so let's make sure we learn that. Particula mortua, a dead cinder. That which remaineth, quod remanet, is at last ashes, chinis. Ashes, chinis, and embers, favilla. Favilla and favilla are hot ashes, ardens, chinis, or burning ashes. Okay, so on this second page, the vocabulary terms we see are lignum, flammam, incendium, fumus, camino, fuliginem, torre, titio, pruna, carbo, particulo mortua, chinis, and favilla. These are our vocabulary terms relating to the subject of fire in Lesson 5 of Latin vocabulary. Study this lesson now on your own for mastery and complete the lesson assessments, and we'll continue in our study of Latin vocabulary. God bless your studies.